Good evening, this is Marcel Admiral. You're about to hear a sample of my very first audio story, Resurrection of a Broken Mind, as read by Alan Bellany. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time to sample some of my work, and don't forget to visit floatingropes.blogspot.com for the full story and updates on my writing.
He sometimes wondered if he had lost the art of speaking to women, but he didn't think he ever possessed the art of speaking to this particular woman. She was just too weird. If he closed his eyes, he could still see her standing there, hunched like a cat wound up for the jump. He shuddered as he tried to shake off the uncanny feeling her words had given him. Still, she was his neighbour, he guessed. For the love of something, they even exchanged house keys for the event he locked himself out, or vice versa. Come to think of it, he couldn't even remember where he kept hers. "Ah well," he said cheerfully as he opened the overhead cupboard and grabbed a glass from the shelf. He opened the tap, and for a moment nothing came out. "Come on," he said, tapping the tap with his fingers. "I'm thirsty." A slow rattling in the pipes started behind the plastered walls, building into a worrying roar. For a moment he felt his heart racing and closed his eyes. Over the years he had taught himself several techniques to calm himself down. Quietly he counted to 10, while the roar built up as loud as the rattling of the train had been. Then the sink exploded in a storm of blood. It burst forth from the tap, crashing into the aluminium sink and splattering against the white tiles of the walls. Peter tried to turn the handle as his clothes got doused in dull red stains. He even felt it against the skin of his face. The roar sounded so loud and deep, like the mirthless laughter of the devil himself. For a moment he thought it would never end, turning the handle as tight as he could and the blood still coming in short bursts, splashing on the unwashed dishes. He felt the stress building inside his stomach and crawling up to his throat. He felt like screaming, but instead he inhaled softly and whispered, "It's not real." He closed his eyes and counted until 10, while the whole house seemed to shake. The roar now turned into a metallic clanking, as if small imps were banging on the pipes with their wrenches. Then, as he reached 10 and he opened his eyes again, it stopped. The echo of the clanking died away, and Peter was left in a kitchen splattered with water. His clothes were not stained red, but dripping with clear, wonderful water. The sink was clean.